This is Mike with Asymmetrical Preparedness. This video is how do we fix all these problems in our country. But if you guys like the channel, please subscribe. Check out Patreon if you want to. We do really good things there. And you know, support the channel with the Amazon storefront. I know Amazon's big and evil, but that 4%, would you rather go to them or to somebody like me? And if my email is in the description box below. Also, if you want to have me ask me any questions. So what is our end game? Not their end game. We know the communists want a communist revolution. They want to bring us into a socialist, Marxist country, just a crap hole of liberal utopia. They will just collapse in on itself and fall apart. But, you know, I mean, we're so divided right now. I mean, our country's divided more now, I think, than it ever has been. And why? It's not necessarily the people, I don't think. It's the mainstream media. That's the problem. And the people with the agenda to do this kind of stuff. You know, to egg the stuff on, like Soros, Gates, Zuckerberg, all those people, the Clintons. Probably shouldn't say that because I may get Clintoned, you know, end up committed suicide with 5 gunshots in the back of my head. It's a load of crap. So what do we do about it? What are we going to do about it? Do we just run into Seattle, into the Chaz with our, you know, ARs and be like, get out, get out, get out, you know, stuff like that and go to war? I don't think we're to that point yet. But what's our end game? Comment below, what do you think? Where do you think this country needs to go? What do you think is possible for us to do? I'm really mad. I mean, I served my country for 20 years in the military, you know, private sector work also, and still work for my nation. I love the United States of America. I'm so proud to be an American. But is the idea of the United States over because we're so divided? I mean, you look at a map of the United States, a political map. It's solid red with all the population centers blue. Because all the liberals live in cities. All. You guys know what I'm saying. Most of the liberals live in cities. So those few cities around the nation dictate what the rest of us can do. They make the laws. They tell us what to do. Is that okay with you? It's not okay with me. So what do we do about it? Rise up, revolt, stuff like that. Okay, yeah, that may come to that. But what's the end game beyond that? What do you guys see as the outcome of the final outcome? Restoring a constitutional republic? I don't know if that's even possible. There's so many people that want to destroy this country via socialism and all this other crap and entitlements that I don't know if we can go there. So where am I taking all of this? I think as much as I love my country, I love the United States, the Constitution, everything that made us. I'm thinking maybe some form of balkanization. You guys may disagree with me, and it's okay to disagree on some things. Just because we may not agree on everything doesn't mean we can't be friends. And we can't get along. We can't treat each other with respect. I think sharing the main focus and the same basic beliefs are important. The end game and how we go about it, there's a lot of different views on that. What do I mean by balkanization? I'm not sure, really. Balkanization basically means the United States will be more than just one country. Whether that means via state sovereignty, where the states are basically like nations, and the federal government has very limited oversight, but that's restoring us to a constitutional republic. That's what we were intended to be in the first place. It wasn't supposed to be the federal government, you know, overlording over everything. It was supposed to be the states pretty much having say of what goes on in their state, in their relative states, and then the federal government kind of providing this umbrella of protection, you know, via the military and other services. So many of these departments in the United States government right now are unconstitutional. The Constitution stipulates what departments, what the government is allowed to do and not do. And a lot of them just don't apply. A lot of them just... So what do we do? You know, since I don't think that can go, so what about a true balkanization, forming different nations? I mean, I'll tell you what, you overlay just a single state, like, say, Texas. It's a big state. You overlay Texas over Europe, I don't even know how many countries it covers. At least 6, 7, 8 maybe countries, maybe even more. They're all split up into separate countries. We're so divided now, maybe, and I'm not saying I'm really hesitant to talk about this just because I don't know if I want that, but I think if we separated into separate countries and we're able to, and then people kind of move themselves around and move to where they wanted to be, that we may have better representation by our government, and we may be able to hit the reset button and have a government that we can be a little more in touch with, and it can be more in tune with us, and put some people like real public servants in charge instead of these people that have been in public office for 40, 50 years. That's one thing that makes me upset. Joe Biden the other day came out and said, "Oh, if I get elected day one, I'm gonna do something to help this country stop racism." Dude, you've been in public office for 46 years. Why haven't you done anything but till now? We've been paying you to do this, to be in our leadership, to step up and do what this country needs. If this is such a big problem, then why haven't you done it before now? Okay? All these people, Trump, he wasn't a politician before he came in office. He's only been a politician for 3 years. So you can't really lay that blame on him. I'm not saying he's perfect, but you can't lay that blame on him. A lot of these people, like the Pelosi's and all these other people like that, they've been in office 40, 50 years they've been in Congress and in political office. Why haven't they done something until this point? Or maybe they have. Maybe this is their end game. This is what they're leading to. They're trying to divide us. Because the more we're divided, the more power they have over us. Think about it. All they want is power and influence. So I'm thinking, I don't know. I mean, like I said, maybe balkanization is a better idea, to split the United States into several countries, like 4, 5, 6 countries maybe. Maybe just draw 2 lines down the, like split into thirds, draw one across the middle, and make those 6 different countries or something. I don't know how you'd do it. You'd have to maybe stipulate it a little bit better or something like that. I think basically you can cut off like, I don't know how many miles, but I'm very familiar with the West Coast, not the East Coast. I don't know how that would work. But basically what I was looking at was you could take, split Washington State, Oregon, and California in half, make the whole left side one country because they're all, leftists, and then and then extend that maybe into, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana-ish, and then down to Arizona and everything like that. I don't know how you could do it, but I'm just thinking, I don't know if we can bring back the United States of America how I want it, how I foresee it, how I want it for my children. I'm willing to do what it takes to protect it now. I mean, I got these things. I'm ready to go if I need be. I don't want to fight. No, I don't. I don't want to flip that switch on again. I've talked about that in recent videos. But it may be needed soon. I don't know. I wish we had... I've been thinking a lot lately also about the law, lawyers, and stuff like that. And I know it's state by state different. So a lot of people, even on the conservative side now, are saying, "Oh, Trump, send in the troops." Well, does that really fit with your values? I'm kind of like, hey, it's tough being a constitutionalist because I may have to say, hey, yes, you can do that, even though I don't agree with it, because it's their constitutional right to do so. So within the bounds of the Constitution and limited government, I want limited government. I'm sure you guys got that from now, by now. But what if it was us? What if it was our side in there? Do we want them coming in? Do we want that much federal oversight, that jackboot heel on us? I don't. So what's the other option? We the people, right? Okay. So do we need to get like 100 people in full tac gear, body armor, ARs, and everything like that, and walk into the the Capitol Hill autonomous zone, whatever they call it, their little commie zone, and tell them at gunpoint to get out? I don't know what the legal ramifications of that are. We have open carry in Washington, but it doesn't mean that you can openly carry and, capture a part of the city. That's still under the Sedition Act. That's not okay. But also, on our side, if we need to go, if we're going to take that step, cross that line, and go into open armed conflict, there will be a time for that. There will be a spark. God, I don't even know how to describe this. It's really difficult to talk about. I think that we would all know when it's go time, when to go get these and go take care of business. Right now, I don't necessarily think that's the time, but I do feel we need to be ready for that. I would much rather see a bunch of people go in there and tell them to get the hell out. But then how do you do that? Point somebody at gunpoint, tell them to get out, then you go to jail. And you know they're going to come down on us hard. They're not going to sit there and coddle us like they do them. They're coming down on us hard because we would be an actual threat. Because we wouldn't go, we're not a bunch of basement-dwelling whiners. We would actually pose a serious threat. So they may go against us if we try to go do something like that. So I would love to hear from a lawyer, maybe here in Washington State, that knows about that kind of law. What we can and can't do. What's the legalities of them doing it, of them being there? What laws are they breaking? What laws will we be breaking or not breaking if we go in there and try to take care of business ourselves? It may come a time to that soon. I don't know. It seems like it's heading the direction where we're going to need to, go get these things and open up the two-way range. I hope not, but, be ready for it, Patriots. I've really been trying to also, this is a prepper channel. I've been trying to put a prepper spin on most of this stuff, although this is just what's on my mind lately. So I talk about what's on my mind. This is really bothering me, really stressing me out. I really try to, like I did a Patreon video earlier today, a garden update. I have a big garden. I believe in being self-reliant and self-sufficient. We're trying to produce all of our own calories. So sometimes I just need to get out in the garden and just clear my mind. Just sit in the garden, weed, play with the kids. This stuff is so stressful. So the other day on my way home from work, I drove by this sheriff sitting on the side of the road. Drove past, I'm like, wait a sec. I've been waiting for this opportunity for a week now. I flipped around, I pulled out, I got out. He was look on his face, he was really worried, really wary. And he cracked the window a little bit. I'm like, afternoon, sir, I just wanted to thank you. And then window came all the way down, big smile on his face. I just told him, I was like, I want to apologize for all this BS going on. And I want you to know that the vast majority of Americans out here are smart. And we know that the vast majority of police officers are good people, that you guys just want to take care of your communities and stuff like that. And I apologize for all the BS and all the stress you have to go through. I'm like, it's a thankless job. It's one of the most dangerous jobs. And there are people out there, we love you and we care about you and we thank you for doing an awesome job. And he just made his day. He was this young dude, really clean cut, just like the poster boy of the police force. It was pretty sweet. And we started talking, he had an AR right there in the rack, and we started talking guns and stuff like that. So it was a good talk, and I made his day. So maybe if you get a chance to, tell some law enforcement officers like that, because they're going through the hell right now, and all this crap going on. You guys know that. And like I said, most of them are good. So please comment below what you think we should be doing right now. It's a very difficult position to be in. I have a wife and kids and a family to worry about. All these people up there protesting, they don't give a crap about anything. They don't have a job to go to because they're unemployed or they're a freaking worthless piece of crap that don't work anyway. They don't have, all this stuff to worry about. A lot of them don't have families to worry about. I got a job to go to. I got bills to pay. I got mortgages to pay. I got a little girl to play with. I got a boy to play with. I got a garden to weed. I got a lot of responsibilities. I got a wife to take care of and stuff like that. We all have these things. We can't just go off for the whole freaking weekend or for weeks on end and sit in a city safe zone and pull a bunch of bull crap because we're responsible adults. We're part of the solution, not part of the problem. On my prepper related topic, I always talk about people in the asset column versus people in the liability column. I want assets. That's why I try to teach people about preparedness. That's why I try to plant the seed of preparedness in their mind and empower you guys. I'm about empowerment. I don't always show you how to do things or what to do because we all live in different areas. We all have different weather patterns. We all have different financial and economic statuses. What we're able to do, what we're able to do. We have different health. We have different ages. So many different variables. So I don't sit here and tell you guys, oh, you got to do this or you're going to die in SHTF. Oh, by the way, I'm selling the product over here or go make some money. No, I don't do that. I try to get you guys to prep a little every day, and I try to get people to prep out of peace of mind, out of fear. We don't do this because we're fearful. Prepping is like investing for your future. It's peace of mind. If you're sitting there looking at a big, huge pile of food storage in your house, and a good set of firearms and ammunition, a good stockpile and stuff like that, you can sit there and tell yourself, you can have a little bit of mind ease, set your mind at ease, and all this worries, all this crap going on in the world around us, virus, fake virus, riots, looting, all this stuff like that. You can sit back and have some peace of mind knowing that you are better off in that situation than if you weren't. So, kind of over there around at a lot of different places in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really trying to stick to these relevant topics because I know people want to hear about what's going on. We want to talk about this right now. We need to get it out there. We need to talk about it. So I know a lot of my prep videos lately haven't been prepper-related videos, but these are important. It's important things to talk about. It's important things to go over and to war game in your mind. What are we going to do? When are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? I encourage you guys all, please be forming groups, though. Getting together like-minded people. Work on your communications. Work on your groups. Work on your plans, your rally points, stuff like that, bug outs. If you need to do something, if you're looking long-term in a conflict zone, what are you going to do? What things can you do to put yourself in a better position in a conflict situation if we do end up in a war in a two-way shooting range? Please just stay level-headed. I love you guys, and blessings to you and yours.